I just wanted to share this resource with you all because I didn't know it existed.
I really want to do, like I said, more mental health videos, but not even just that, but really the psychology and things of the brain. That is what I really want to focus on. It doesn't necessarily just have to be like mental illness or mental health.
And I told everybody I knew, I said, hey, there is nothing ever to worry about with this death thing. It's a joke. We've got it completely backwards. It's an absolute 10 million% upgrade instantly.
And it's been a pretty long time of my life of like, wow, there's really womb twin survivors, there's lone twins, and so many different types of books about it and communities about it.
And it's called Are You a Womb Twin Survivor? Psychological Characteristics. Psychological characteristics?
Hi, I'm Jimmy, and I'm Timmy, and we're identical twins. Oh, you've never seen identical twins before? Well, fun fact, identical twins are 10 times more likely to steal your girl. Just kidding, we won't unless we really want to. Ah, wink. Fun fact, we can actually feel each other's pain. See? Huh? Why are twins so weird?
Well, it's actually from years of growing up, doing the same things together, not being able to establish a true sense of identity, while at the same time living up to the expectations that you and your twin are exactly alike and have no separate personalities. Huh? You want us to say something at the same time?
Please, if we wanted to do that, we would have just made a TikTok.
Yeah. So, welcome back to the channel. I look a hot mess, but that's not the point. I wanted to do that on purpose. So I had a pimple right here and it went away a little bit, but you can still see it. But then another one popped up on the other side. Something that I have realized throughout my life is if I get like a bruise on one side of my body, I'll end up getting the bruise on the other side. Or if I get a pimple on one side, I'll normally get a pimple on the other side. Like for example, this pimple right here, I had one over here and then it went away and then it ended up going on the other side. And I just started thinking, what is up with that? Because obviously, if you guys know, at least if you've been on my main channel, you would know that I was a twin at birth, but my twin died. I was the twin that survived. So something in me was just thinking like, I wonder if other people who were twins that don't have twins, like the twinless twin, have like things like this happen. And so I just thought like, willy-nilly, like, let me just look into it, you know, but I didn't think I was gonna find anything. Then I come across this video. Called The Vanishing Twin Syndrome, The Surviving Twin. So I'm about to watch it, and then I came across another video that I think I'm gonna do a reaction to because it's 20 minutes long, and it's called Are You a Womb Twin Survivor? Psychological Characteristics. Psychological characteristics, yeah. So what? And then I was like, I wanna go get a Happy Meal. But of course I hate McDonald's, so I went to Cane's and got a kids meal instead. But I was like, wait, why do I feel like having a Happy Meal? You know what I mean? And then I started thinking about like being a kid. Then I started thinking about my birth. Then the pimple, and then this is how we got down to this rabbit hole. So I don't know, but I'm about to dive deep like I always dive deep, obviously. And I will come back and report back because what do I not know? You know what I mean? What do I not know about myself already again? You know, it's just like you're always... I guess that's what life is, right? You're just constantly learning about things and yourself and everything else, right? Child, anyways, I'm gonna finish this video and I'll report back and let you know what the heck is going on and if that even pertains, because the way I'm like, wait, I didn't even think about the fact that there are other people that probably are way more connected to their twin than I was, because obviously I found out that I had a twin like at 26, but there's other people that find out at like 3 or maybe 6 or maybe 10, and then it just like sticks with them their entire life, you know, where I just felt alone, but I didn't really know why. Very different situation. Anyways, the Vanishing Twin Syndrome, okay, I posted 10 years ago. We'll report back and I will let you guys know if I have the surviving twin syndrome. I don't know why it took me, what, 2-3 years? Actually, I don't even know how this came to the pimple. Something about that's just weird to me. I want to know if other people experience that. That's what I really wanted to find out. If there's any other twins that have experienced this. Because why do I get 2 on each side? It just doesn't make any sense. It's so weird to me. Anyways. So I just finished the video. And I just kept screaming throughout the entire thing because it is 100% correct. It's so correct that it's scary. It's so correct that it is absolutely terrifying. The Vanishing Twin Syndrome, the surviving twin. So everything he said is spot on, at least of how I feel, especially as how I felt as a kid.
Usually it is totally forgotten later. For the adult, he does not know that he was not alone in the womb, but the body usually does remember.
Oh my God. And then he even talks about how one of the symptoms is that the baby will just cry. It will just continuously cry for no reason, whether they already were fed, whatever it may be, but the baby will just cry because the baby knows that they came out alone, but they weren't alone. They had a twin. And then he goes into the psychology of it about how basically the embryo like your body basically knows before your brain's even developed. I just am honestly so unbelievably I'm freaking out a little bit.
Leaves imprints, as I already mentioned. And what is the symptoms? Okay, I start now from childhood. Right after birth, a lot of children cry very, very much without a reason that can be discovered by doctors. Everything is organically okay, but still babies are crying so much and won't even stop crying during day, not during night. And for some of them, even if one knows that there was a twin, nowadays one knows by ultrasound often.
I'm a little shook right now because basically the surviving twin has this fear of any sort of accomplishment because the twin should also be there experiencing that. And basically I have, the surviving twin has guilt because whether that was, I took too much space in the belly, I was more healthy than you were, whatever it is, like you have this guilt because you come into the world without that soul connection that you once had in the womb.
This is what happens for a baby. But then what happens during kindergarten or school time or for the adults? There is often the feeling of something is missing in my life. I don't know what it is. I look everywhere, inside, outside. I look in many countries, in several professions, maybe several churches, but something is missing and I cannot find what it is. I feel incomplete. And often I feel lonely without being able to explain what it's about. There is no reason to be lonely. I have fantastic friends. I have a loving family. But I feel lonely. Something's missing. And also, it is difficult for those people to go into a happy relationship with a partner. Either it's too close, like at young age in the womb, making the other one too much a twin and wanting to melt with him all the time. But this reduces man-woman relation to brother and sister. This is one way. And even if this man and woman who are together are not happy with their relationship of this kind, the sexual life is not really fiery and satisfying, it's very, very difficult for this kind of surviving twin to split them. They are not happy together, but they cannot split because the other one is so often representing the twin.
Yo, this is actually tripping me out. Oh my God, I am like, wow, I'm mind blown right now by this. Only because I didn't think it was gonna take me there. I didn't think it was gonna take me there. But when he said that, I was like, yes, but also no, meaning obviously I found out that I was a twin as an adult, but yes, I do feel this guilt and I don't know where this guilt comes from. It's like, for example, it's like if I do something good and I want to celebrate that or highlight it, there's a part of me that feels guilty for it. It's weird. It's like, why do I feel that way? And what's interesting is I will push myself through it sometimes and I'll feel like a fraud. And other people will applaud me and see it as confidence. But I know that it's like, no, dude, I'm just forcing myself to do this right now because I don't understand why I feel guilty and why I don't clap for myself. Like, it's so crazy to me that it can get that deep. Because when you think about it, I didn't even know words, right? So it's just like, yo. And then he said basically that it's even harder for the surviving twin if it happened at birth. And that's what happened to me. But I didn't know. But at the same time, that didn't change anything. And that's what he's saying. It's like, it doesn't matter if you tell them, don't tell them. They're still going to feel this emptiness, this wound that can't be healed, this missing piece in their life. And it trails into their relationships. And then he explained it perfectly, literally like.
And then there's this other kind of adults who do not dare to come close to another one. Because allowing to be close to someone again would reactivate these old traumas of being abandoned in the womb very early, and this would reactivate the trauma reaction of shock, of deep loss, of even the feeling of having to die. This is why this other kind of surviving twins do not want to risk to become too close. They prefer relationships with minimum 600 kilometers different distance, not meeting each other more than once every other weekend or something like this. This is a typical pattern.
you either get too close or it's get away from me. Because if you get too close to me, then it gets to a point where it's like, okay, well, you can't be too close because the second you leave, I'm going to be having to feel that abandonment, which would have been the abandonment from the womb, which is traumatic for me. Therefore, if you can't stay, then you shouldn't really be with me at all. Then there's the other opposite of the end of I don't even want to get close at all. I don't even want love. I don't even want you next to me. It makes me uncomfortable because I know at some point that abandonment is going to happen, because at some point the end has to happen, because that's what life is.
To the other one, not only adult twins feel very connected, but even as an embryo, as a fetus, they are so close to each other. And this leaves traces if the other one dies. The research on adult twins is manifold, and there are so many cases described how close adult twins are and how much one twin suffers if the other one dies. This is a wound that will never heal. This is how it feels for adult twins very often.
Obviously, there was an ending to me being in that womb, and then I obviously was birthed into this world. You know what I mean? Like, it's just so crazy that things in your adulthood can affect you that have literally nothing in your consciousness, at least that you can remember, that happened to you when you were literally in a belly.
The twin later in pregnancy or during birth or even afterwards, because the symptoms are always the same. Of course, someone who loses the twin during birth suffers usually even more and is even more protected from all these feelings. But generally, I can say the symptoms are the same. This is also the experience in our work, because we have people who come to us who lost the twin in all stages.
Like, that is crazy to me. Like, whoa, the way this just blew my mind.
Brain, no pain. It's probably not correct for the little twins in the uterus, isn't it?
Definitely not, because the body remembers even before there is a brain that is developed. This seems not logical, and it seems not scientific, but if we look at the people who have near-death experiences, where the brain is switched off for a while and there is no more brain to record the phenomena, there are no more eyes to see because they are closed, totally detached. The people can describe the clothing of the people who were at the place where the accident took place, for example. So there's even out of body something that sees, even if there is no eyes to see. This is the near-death experience. And the embryons must have similar kind of recording these experiences, because we find in adults a lot of symptoms that are very closely related to the experience of the little fetus that loses the brother or the sister.
So we will definitely do a reaction to that other video, because I really want to do, like I said, more mental health videos, but not even just that, but really the psychology and things of the brain. That is what I really want to focus on. It doesn't necessarily just have to be like mental illness or mental health.
That it even happened. And I told everybody I knew, I said, hey, there is nothing ever to worry about with this death thing. It's a joke. We've got it completely backwards. It's an absolute 10 million% upgrade instantly. So some guys would come to me if they lost a child or a parent and they were struggling, and I'd tell them that exact thing. I said, nobody died. We've just slipped out of the physical and we've gone home. Because
it's just so crazy how the brain changes over time, and then on top of that, you're still gaining information even without the brain being there. Like, science is insane. It's just, I'm mind blown right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. If you made it all the way to the end, definitely let me know your thoughts down below. If you're a twin and you stumbled on this video, or a surviving twin, please leave a comment and let me know, because I would really love to meet another surviving twin, just to know what that would be like. I wonder what my life would have been like if I knew I was a twin my whole life. I feel like it would have been different. I don't even know, actually. Who knows? Anyways, I will see y'all in the next video. I'm going to bed because I'm shook. Okay, I'm shook AF.
Everybody thinks having a twin would be super cool. And at first it was. But now my twin won't stop copying me. He wears the same clothes as me, wears the same hat as me. He just keeps copying everything I say! Stop it!
Thanks for listening.